I now know what I must do. Just started recording. I gotta. Where's the hat? What? What? You're not the nerd from Skyrim. I'm here. Now that I realize that I've done this whole thing wrong, I have my dog. Say hello, Dingus McDongle.
Hi. Dingus is a dingus. That's why it's in his name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You want to stay up here? You want to go down? It's okay. It's okay.
You want to stay up here? Oh, she's. You want down? You want up? Oh, I gotta correct old Dingus McDongle here. There we go. She can stay on my lap. Okay, so I did some looking up. I have now found out that the path in which I diverged heavily was right here in Morth Ruins. So I gotta fix something I should have fixed a long freaking time ago. Why is it raining? I must correct my mortal sin. Why can't I go map? You're of no concern to me. I was supposed to go this way the whole time. And I guess, better late than never, right? Oh, God. Okay, well... Farewell. One down. There we go. With minimal magic wasted. Alright. Move on out. Perfumers? Thank you. I spent a while looking for it. You have no idea what you just walked into. Heal from afar. Heal from Jafar. Jafar. Aladdin. I don't like this. Another poison swamp? Hey, you're so funny, Ronnie clone. Okay, well. Oh, there it is. Butthole swamp. Butthole son, won't you come wash away my ass, butthole son? Oh, I love the death birds. They're great. Of course. You know, nothing says Souls game like a good old butthole swamp. You know? We had one, yes, but we had, why not two butthole swamps? And that is Dingus McDongle with his new hit, Butthole Swamp. You want to hear more from him? Don't forget to listen to WWE Easy Beasy Breezy Cheap. Okay. Okay. I promise I will not hurt you. I mean, I can't make that promise. We're literally going to run through another butthole swamp. But I promise. Steed. What's the name of the steed? Are we ready? Are we done with the butthole swamp parts now? If I became president of this land, the first thing I would do is ban butthole swamps. Oh, now we're... okay. Is this where we're supposed to be?
Hello.
Okay. Now that I'm playing the game like you're supposed to, why? Of course there's golems. Why wouldn't there be? Hey man, we heard you like golems. So we put golems in your golem to golem your golem. God damn it. Okay, come on. Alright, my trusty steed. Oh, yep. I really missed you, is what I would say if I missed you. I did not. Let's just quickly... I mean, these are a lot easier than the furnace golems, but that doesn't mean I particularly enjoy them. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. I kind of miss those guys. I'd rather have them than whatever the giant Wicker Man people are. Is this it? Am I gonna finally... I don't like you guys. Oh, it's close. Oh, whoa. Finally. Oh my god, after so long. I finally found it. And I feel like I've learned absolutely nothing. Wait, what? Come on. Damn it. Oh. It's a temple town. Very interesting. Listen, this is me throwing myself a bone because I literally just got absolutely shreked by the BBEG, and this is me going back to the low level area to feel a little better about myself. So let me have this moment. Also, because I really ballsed up the exploration, and I should do better. What be in here? Ooh! Oh no, don't mess it up. Like, they drop stuff sometimes. I said sometimes. Boy, lad, you did not think that one through. Oh, I'm really low on health. Oh my god. I didn't want to do that, but sure. I did not realize I was one bad rock throw away from actually getting annihilated. Good grief. So, how do I get in? Neat temple you have there. Be a shame if I couldn't get in. Praise thee, I did it. Yeah, good for you, lad. Hello, welcome to Dingus's Salty Streams. This is what happens when I realize I effed up the exploration so royally that oh! Not today, lads. Not today. Those dear hearts and all people living out hometown because of dear hearts and people okay, Dingus McDongle. She has had enough of my antics. And to be fair, I don't blame her. I've kind of had enough of my antics. Should have done this the right way the first time. Good grief. Probably have different weapons. Alright. Clearly there's a way to get up there. I just don't know what it is. The entrance over here somewhere. Before I go there, I need to double check that I didn't miss anything. I'll be damned if there isn't a way past the wall. Try south. Okay. It's a well. Or is this just... Welcome. So you're probably wondering, what's going on with this? In a shocking turn of events, yet again, I accidentally let my mic run out of battery. And what's funny is, I didn't notice it
until literally, I didn't notice it until I was looking at people who normally stick around the stream leaving the stream. And I was wondering, what was I doing wrong? What wasn't funny? Now I know. I was muted the whole darned time. But yeah, I spend quite a bit of time exploring these ruins. So I'm gonna... Oh, and of course I find how to get in right as the microphone cuts out. So I think I'll talk about a little bit of what's gonna happen after the video. Since you're on YouTube. I do actually let the stream run a little longer, but I mostly just upgrade other weapons. Which is what I preferred. And I wanted to try kind of modifying my playstyle to be a little more conducive to things that aren't necessarily whips and the mace. I know I have the backhand blades, but I just found out I just got enough something. I think I was wearing something that gave me enough faith to use the Smith script blades that I had gotten at the Starforge area with the weird, like, rock miners. And so I had decided from that point to be like, okay, I should try these out because they turned out to also be backhand blades. And I play around with them a bit. I think I'm going to stick with them. They are definitely superior to the backhand blades, and it is also important to mention that their strong dominant attack is literally you get to throw them. And it is an insane poise killer. I should have been messing with these the whole time. They are honestly kind of incredible. But yeah, it was it's a moment. What's oddly funny about this whole playthrough, this particular session, was that I really kind of feel like I messed up a bit. Especially going through here, I feel like I missed an entire area. And to be honest, I just kind of ran through this one. I imagine there is more stuff to look at, but without a doubt, you know, there is definitely more, oh god. You know, watching myself play this deck is kind of brutal. Why are you staying there? The dude's beating your ass. I'm honestly surprised I didn't die. I am so surprised I didn't die. Good grief. I gotta go all the way back up again. All I hear, you know, chatting. It's very surreal watching yourself play. It's even more surreal because I actually put in the time to set up my entire setup to make sure that this never happens again. And here it is, happening again, because I'm not so good at this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not so good at this stuff. And a bobbada boobada beebada bobbada boobada. You know. But there's nothing to worry about. I will say, I realize that I do think I have the power capacity to just charge it and plug it in the mini PC I'm running everything off of, because, well, obviously, one, its graphics card is basically not being used, and its CPU is capped at 50%. If I try and up my settings any higher than I have my CPU, which by the way, my CPU does the stream, and the GPU does the, does the recording. So everything you're seeing is encoded by the GPU, an external GPU, that is actually powered by an external power supply, because as you know, my streaming and recording PC is a mini PC. I both my server and my gaming PC are separate. So I mean, I'm streaming and I literally have, let's see, I got the mini PC, the server PC, the gaming PC, and the laptop, which I mostly use just for checking chat. And that's 4 computers. It's very funny because the laptop was only for chat, mostly because I purposely bought that laptop. It was a $60 used Chromebook that I just had. I bought on eBay because I needed a just personal laptop for handling things. It is as cheap as cheap could get. Yeah, I did not buy that for the intents and purposes of running streams. It was just there to be a computer. I sometimes used it at Dungeons & Dragons when I was still playing D&D at a local Dungeons & Dragons night. So yeah. Hope everyone's enjoying the podcast. Oh, there it is. You look at the chat in the top right corner. You can see that good old Edie done dipped because I wasn't speaking. I really wasn't speaking the whole time. Taking a sip of my dang White Russian. Look to your bottom left. But hey, because of going to the well and all that, I think I got enough. I was surprised I had enough to do 2 levels. So right now I'm at level 10 Skidoo Tree and level... I didn't get another level, so I think just capped at level 9. I'm really debating if I... So it's really funny because there's a new leveling system, but it's clear that the old leveling system hasn't been completely wiped out. There's some nuances with the Shadow of the Erdtree leveling system. And honestly, I think because of that, I can see why they aren't releasing another DLC for Elden. Well, one, this alone is a massive DLC. I am 14 hours into the DLC. Obviously, when I get to a boss, what's probably going to happen... The good thing about the way I set this up is that if I am up against a very hard boss, that's a full weekend stream. Like, I'm basically going to say... One weekend, I'm going to do, okay, Elden Ring, I'm going to start, I'm going to face the boss, and I'm going to go until I can't, either I beat it, or I got to go to sleep. That's an 8-hour stream if I desperately beat it. Which would be really rough. I hope it wouldn't take that long. But I'm not going to pretend like it would. Oh boy. But yeah. So, I will also say, I feel like an idiot for not utilizing the Ash of War, I did. I'm upset that I didn't use the Ash of War from the first Elden Lord sooner. Oh my god, why am I blanking his name? Oh, Horalu. It's literally right in the bottom left. Horalu's Ash of War sooner. It is a surprisingly good Ash of War. So if you're trying out Elden Ring or you're not at the DLC yet, I will tell you what, if you haven't used Horalu's Ash of War, I highly recommend it. First off, it doesn't take that much FP. And another huge thing that is supremely helpful is that it phases through walls. I don't know if you were watching the last episode when I was making my way up to Mesmer, but basically because of it, I was able to partially cheese corner enemies, because if they were on the other side of a wall and I did the Horalu Earthshaker, I would hit them and then I would know there's an enemy on the other side of that wall. And they would either come to me or I would go face them. But now they're weakened because they got hit. So, yeah, definitely worth picking up. I wish I should have explored this area more, but I honestly, I did not like these. I was not happy to see the Kindred of Rot back, like, at all. And I don't necessarily dislike them, per se, but they just weren't my favorite enemies. I mean, particularly because of the frickin' missile back thing that they just do, which does a stupid amount of damage. But I do think that getting through the rest of this is going to be easier. I think next session I'll be moving a bit quicker. And I think part of the reason is because... Oh god, that death bird popped out of nowhere. I was not prepped for that. Is because the whip is fun to play with and a very great early game weapon. And the reason it's such a good early game weapon is because it breaks stance for all the enemies. So you probably notice, for like 90% of the enemies, when I hit them with the whip, they stagger because it is a painful strike, right? So it is super useful as for that, because every hit you make... Excuse me. I'm just recording this raw. I'm not going to, like, edit this, because it's late. I finished the playthrough about an hour and a half ago. Over an hour and a half ago, because I'm in the middle of editing. I don't want to... I want to make sure this is lined up for the weekend. But it's just... But the whip gets good strike, which means they can't hit you back, and it breaks their stance. Again, super, super good early game weapon. That's why if you are... That's why you gotta go to the Weeping Peninsula. And speaking of which, I have to kind of look up where I need to go. Because part of the reason I feel like I'm messing up a bit is because, I mean, I finally explained the, or at least I finally got the map for the friggin' Ruah ruins, which is odd because actually looking at it, I think I explored almost all of the entry area to the upper thing. So basically, I got the map for the damn ruins after I was halfway done with it, which feels so silly, frankly. But yeah. And so I'm gonna hopefully get the rest of that. But then there's that bottom right corner that I need to get. So I haven't gotten down there yet. There's still another segment of the Shadow of the Erdtree map that I have not discovered, which is fun. It's quite fun. No, I mean, it's not fun. It's kind of sad, to be honest. But hey, you know, what do you do? What do you do? Now, what I am excited to see when I get closer to it is I am very much looking forward to seeing the seeing what I get from the other bosses that I face in the two things. I do want to use Rolana's spell, but the problem is it's just way too high level. And it just didn't make sense. I am doing a bit more min-maxing as this, so everything else you'll see off screen is that I decided to finally, since I had enough runes but not enough to level up, I decided to finally shell out for the clean set, Renala set. And I should have, while I don't end up wearing all of it, I did actually find out the bracelets are a pretty decent light armor. They don't have half bad poise. I mean, they're not amazing, but for like a light armor, it's pretty solid. And it's got a good amount of resistance to the stuff that really gets you, like fire, magic, all that jazz. Obviously, the reason I'm wearing the Rolana cap is because it gives me, more magic. Though I might switch back to the blue hood. Well, you'll see. After I beat the boss in this part, you'll see that I get something that might actually make sense for me to leave this on. But for sure, it's actually funny. Part of me wants to continue leveling up my HP. But also, part of me really doesn't want. And most of that has to do with the fact that I don't know what else to take out of. Because at this point, I either have to do an insane amount of off-screen grinding. And to be fair, that sounds easy, and I love this game. But the problem is I'm already doing an off... So, behind the scenes, the reason there's been a minute since Balatron's been out is because I have been off-screen grinding... I don't know, what do I level up on this one? I think I level up Endurance on this one. Because I do need more stamina. But anyway, I've been off-screen grinding Balatro, because, as I mentioned in previous streams, I accidentally picked some of the worst decks to bring up to Gold Stake, like the highest level, the Orange Stake, and so I'm working on building up another deck up to Orange Stake. And that deck, at the current moment, is the Abandoned deck. Because I found out the Abandoned deck, despite having no face cards, is really great because it is actually, like, even though if you play the Jokers right, you can get shockingly high pretty fast. And let me tell you, I was not, okay, back to the game, I was not excited to see the Rune Bear here. Not even remotely. Oh my lord. I didn't want to see the Rune Bear. I wanted nothing to do with it. But the Rune Bear's there, and I kind of want to explore that area, but I don't know what else is going to be there. There's a lot of stuff I still need to explore. That's kind of why I took a step back from Mesmer. I know there's only 3 bosses you have to defeat to beat the game, and because I looked up how to get there, which the order of bosses is recommended. And at the current moment, I have fought none of them. I think. There are only 2 bosses that are... So, the obvious ones are like, what do you mean? You fought the Dancing Lion and Rolana. I found out that technically, those are optional bosses. You do not have to fight them. Now, is it recommended that you fight them? Yeah, probably. It's very hard to get where you're going without, it's very hard to progress up to the Skidoo Altus without beating Rolana. And I don't even know if you can. They said there was something you needed that would let you bypass the Dancing Lion. I mean, I don't see the point. I actually liked the Dancing Lion fight, and it got me gear that helped me out, at least early on, until I got more levels and kind of reset myself back into the mindset/grind set that is Elden Ring. I hate the word grind set, but that's what it is. Like, you gotta... Maybe it's not grind set. It's not grinding. It's crunchy. The crunchy mindset. Like, math, looking at everything. It's like, okay, I gotta kind of see what I'm wearing to maximize my stats. That's why I'm wearing, heavy armor right now because when I found out that the heavy armor literally had no effect on if I took it off and went buck naked, it had no effect on my roll speed. I was like, okay, well, I can't get... I'm not going to just strip myself of everything I have to get to a light load roll speed. So I'm not, you know, I know the light speed helps, but I'm doing okay with the medium speed. It's not like I'm fat rolling. I'm not fat rolling. I'm medium rolling. Which, by the way, if you don't know Souls terminology, fat rolling is when you're like at the highest level and you're just kaboof. Your roll looks like you looked like you just did a flip and whomped on the ground. It's just a flop. But I'm medium rolling, which I'm fine with, and so since I can't really get past down to light rolling with gear that with the amount of gear that I'm comfortable with, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna max out my medium load, right? I am going to put the best things that I have to maintain a medium load. It kind of stinks, but at the end of the day, listen, it's like you kind of gotta do that. Now, I think one thing I might do is I might level up some of my other, because I got a few other, things. I got some, things from the DLC in regards to Ashes. Now, obviously, I'm using Trina, the Black Blade, because she is... outside of the Mimic, which I'm gonna be straight, my build's pretty good, but they heavily nerfed the Mimic. So I don't think the Mimic would be as helpful as Trina is. Trina is a godsend. Such a good summon. And if someone says, maybe I haven't tried using the Mimic, who knows? Maybe because I'm much higher level now, if I use the Mimic, I'll absolutely just whomp. But I doubt it. Especially because the Mimic leaves you open to accidentally getting attacked. Okay. I'm going for a sip. I don't remember when I actually start speaking again. But I'm not using headphones because I'm lazy and it's late. So I gotta keep an eye out for this. I love / these imps in the DLC, but I'm also upset because I really wish the canon imps would drop their helmet if they do. I doubt it because I feel like people would immediately say that it's overpowered. And yeah. I'm taking a breath because we all know what is about to happen. If you watch the stream, or if you're familiar with this dungeon, oh god. They made the Basilisk Death Blight somehow even worse. And my dumbass didn't notice my Death Blight meter going insane. Alright, farewell. That's it. And then gone. Just, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Why wasn't I looking? It just, Really, really dropping the ball there. Just like I just dropped my phone. But yeah, it's pretty rough. Like I mean, I look at that and I was like, that's a brilliant homage to one of the worst part of every From Software game. Because I'm pretty sure Basilisks have been in every From Software game since, well, every Souls game, and I don't know if they're in Bloodborne. I don't remember. And I don't think they were in Demon Souls, but Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and Elden Ring. basilisks make an appearance because they just left a ridiculous mark. Ugh. And you can't kill the statue. It kind of did make me a little upset because when I saw that, it made me think, oh my god. Now, spoiler alert, as far as I can tell, this is a trap unique to this dungeon. And you can't get the spell. Because I'm going to tell you straight. Now, I think the main reason you can't get the spell is mostly, and I died because I was just so... You tell how weirded out I was because I was literally, I remember I was sitting there, I'm like, I wasn't paying attention, like, oh my god. They did what now? What did Miyazaki do? What do you mean? He made the basilisk a traveling spell and the... Oh, the camera's off. Yeah, but he made it a freaking spell. And like a trap. But yeah. So that is going to be interesting.
Hey, Eno and everyone left the chat. My battery ran... My thing ran out of battery. This is going to be fun. This is going to be very fun. Okay. You. Run. Okay. There we go. Aha! I knew it. Oh dear. I'm kind of horrified now. Hi, lad. Oh, thank God. Phew! All right. That horrified me in ways that one cannot imagine. You always gotta be prepped to get wrecked. There it is. This is kind of hilarious. All right. Oh, I think I know where I need to go. This is a big one. Oh no. Where is he? Where is he? Oh. This is horrifying. Dude, whoever at From Software made this either deserves a raise or deserves to be shot. This is brutal. This is actually brutal. Ah! Come on. Oh. 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 Yeah. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh, I want to go home. I feel like I might have made the right call. I feel like the brutality of this dungeon, knowing, I really hope so, knowing that whatever's at the end of this damn tunnel. Damn it. You can't kill it. Get out of here. Let's see what tomfoolery lies over here. What? Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. You know, that didn't feel necessary. I don't know if it was. It didn't feel necessary. I've been recording for an hour and 3 minutes. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try and see if I can beat this dungeon. I know it's looking at me. I know. Oh, trust me, I knew. Oh, I didn't. That's... Alright, I know you're out there. What? Okay. Alright. You know, it's kind of late. I'll have one more go. I'm not gonna rage quit. I'll have one. I don't think I'll be able to beat this dungeon. I can stay up a little later than normal tonight. But I still probably should. Even if just because I can doesn't mean I should, you know? Where the heck does this guy come from? Oh. I lost a lot of runes there. That is brutal. That is brutal. My gosh. Good grief. The heck, game? All right. Oh my god, I barely did that. Okay. Whee! Okay. Hold on. No. Oh my lord. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. I mean, crap, that was kind of worth it, right? Okay, one more level, team. One more level. Where's the steak? Where's the steak, America? There it is. Ah. That was not smart of me. That was not smart of me. There we go. Thanks, Trina. Cerulean. Hold on. Oh my. Wow. Okay. Diggity damn. Well, I'm gonna go to the Cathedral of Manus Mater and see what I can talk to him about. I don't think I'll be playing for much longer, but I cannot deny the curiosity present. I'm sorry, there's another character here?
I've no interest in my only concerns, and you are not among.
Is something I've given you a I know the feeling for power. Oh yes, don't mind your feet around the church. You wouldn't want to hurt the little boy. Is here to squeeze another? Ah, you met Yulan. Well, I hope that she behaved at least. The poor girl has overcome grave misfortune. Her tongue can be sharp at the best of times, but don't think that makes her a bad person. It's no surprise her little sister too has a heart of gold. I too, we study the stars. Are you? Long ago, we began as stardust, born of a great rupture far across the skies. We too are children of the greater will. Is that not divine? Is that not sublime? And yet, none can fathom its implications. Its utter brilliance.
I'm a little curious what this looks like. Do I have any? Do I have anything that can cast faith spells? Nah, it doesn't make sense. Okay. Hmm. Okay. One more, let's see. Nah, I'm at 125. I actually think that's a good place to stop for today. But, actually no. Since this is the end, for a while, I'm gonna run to the Table of Lost Grace and see if I can buy any more remembrance stuff. Because, I'm much stronger than I was previously. Actually, I'm gonna end the recording here. I'll have an update for everyone when I start the recording, but I'm gonna keep the stream going. Just not the recording. Alright, so for those watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.